everyone, I'm Ms. Fazzone, and today we're going to be graphing lines in slope-intercept form. Alright, so what is slope y-intercept form of a line? This is the most common. Students really rattle these off a lot. So that's your y equals mx plus b. What does the m stand for though? X and y are on our grid, on our coordinate plane. M has a very specific meaning, which I didn't write in. It's the slope. It's the slope of the line. Based on the name of it, slope-intercept form, take a magical guess. What will B be? B is your y-intercept. Now remember, for slope from our slope lesson, that's your rise over run, your change in y over change in x. Okay, so your change in y over your change in x. And y-intercept, think about what intercept means, right? Intercept means where things touch or cross. So the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis, where the line crosses the y-axis. When you get into harder equations, or even later with lines, we'll talk about the x-intercept. That's where the line crosses the x-axis. Alright, so let's start with y equals 2x minus 7. So remember our equation, y equals mx plus b. So what is my m? My slope is 2. And that means my y-intercept is not 7, negative 7. Don't lose that negative. Now slope, we talked about change in y over change in x, right? So this 2 is not a fraction. We want it to be a fraction. So when you have slope, if it's not a fraction, turn it into a 1. Okay? So we're going to go, so this is our change in y. Our change in y is 2. Our change in x is 1, right? So 2 over 1. So we have our slope, we have our y-intercept. So where do you think we begin? Yes, I'm going to be very corny with this. We begin at B, the y-intercept on the y-axis. We begin at B, the y-intercept on the y-axis. Remember, this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis. So I'm going to go to negative 7 on the y-axis. Y-intercept y-axis, start at the origin at 0, and count down to negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's where I begin, and then from this point, we're going to do our slope. Our change in y and our change in x. So y goes up and down, x goes left and right. So we're going to go up 2 over 1. From this point, my y goes up 2 and then right 1. Put it up. Do it again. Rise 2, run 1. Change in y, change in x. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And I like to put a lot of them, especially in the beginning. If I do that, my line looks nicer. And then I'm going to draw my line. Put arrows because the lines go on forever. And we just graph the line. Now, I don't usually use the change in y and change in x. I use different terms. So when we're talking about positive slope, I like to be very specific with my directions. When you have positive slope, your line goes up and right. Positive slope goes up, right? I talked about in another video, right? We start on the left, we're going uphill. So when you're going uphill, we go up and then we go right. Or if we start up here, we can go backwards. We would go down first and then left. So that's our options when our slope is positive. When our slope is negative, on the other hand, this is our skiing man, right? He's going downhill, he's skiing or snowboarding, having a good time going downhill. With negative slope, if we're starting down here, we can go up and then left, or we can go down and then right. So I like to use these directions. I think it's helpful when we say up and over or rise and run. It's not specific enough and students sometimes go the wrong way. So I use these when I'm talking about graphing a line. Oops, did not work. Alright, so graph the line, negative 3x plus 8. Pause the video, try it. Worst case scenario, you get it wrong and you fix it. Alright, so what is my slope? Well, remember, slope is always the number in front of your x. So my slope is negative 3, and my y-intercept is positive 8. So I have a negative slope, so let's go back. Negative slope, pick one. A nice thing to think about is it good to go up or go down based on where your graph is? So I'm going to do this one, down and right, because I know what's going to happen. But you can do up and left, that works too. Alright, so down and right. So I'm turning this into a fraction. Down 3, and we're going to go right 1. Imagine that this negative just turned into the word down. That's really all that happened. Okay. Alright, so where do we begin? We begin on our y-intercept, which is on the y-axis. We begin at 8 on the y-intercept on the y-axis. So I'm going to go up to 8 on the y-axis, and now I'm going to go down 3 and right 1. So from this point, 1, 2, 3, right 1. 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 And I'm good there. Connected. Now, I hate it when students do this. This drives me crazy. Don't do that. Have some confidence. Extend and draw your lines. Okay? And then check. Is my slope really negative? Yes. Now notice I picked down and right. If we had gone up and left, because I knew the y-intercept was 8, so we were going to be up here, we could have gone up and left, but then we're off the grid and we're like up here, and I knew that'd be awkward. So that's something to think about. Where's your y-intercept? If the y-intercept's up high, we should be going down. If my y-intercept is low, then I'm going to be going up. Alright, pause the video, try this one on your own. You are ready to do this on your own. Alright, so y equals mx plus b. What's my slope? My slope, again, is in front of the x. Negative 2 over 3. My y-intercept is negative 6. Alright, since my y-intercept is negative 6, do you think we should be going up or down? Since we're going to be down here, I think we should be going up. So I want to use my word that says up. So we're going up, over, which way when you have a negative slope? Do we want to go up and right? Or do we want to go up and left? Up and left, up and right. Up and left is this way. This is our negative slope. So we want to go up and left, 2 and 3. Okay. So we begin at negative 6, go down to negative 6, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, and left 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2, left 3, 1, 2, 3. up 2, left 3. And then if you want, you can keep going. We can go the other direction, down 2 and right 3. And there's my line. Good. And again, notice, negative slope, it's coming down. I made the right decision. Use your pencil. If you accidentally had positive slope, erase it and fix it. No big deal. Alright, y equals x. This one actually has a name. It's called the parent function. It's so simple, it's hard. That's the problem with this one. Y equals x is called the parent function. Every other function, every other line is based off it. So what do you think the slope is? Well, it's y equals mx plus b, right? So m is the number in front of x. Do we see a number in front of x? It's invisible, right? What's always that invisible number in front of x? A 1, right? So the slope is 1 or 1 over 1, right? I always think of it as if I have a pen, I have 1 pen. It's understood. When you say an x, it's really 1x. Y-intercept. Is there anything being added to x? No. So what's the number that means nothing is being added? 0. Good. Alright, so now what kind of slope? Positive or negative? Positive slope, so it looks like this. So we're going to go up and right or down and left. Since our y-intercept is 0, it doesn't actually matter, or I'm probably going to do both. So I'm going to go up 1, right 1. You can also go down 1 and left 1. Alright, we can go either way, it doesn't matter. Alright, so 0, 0. And then from there, we're just going to go up 1 over 1. And so it's right, it's nice, it's just on that diagonal. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, in both directions. Draw your line. And that's it. And that's our parent function. Again, for some reason, those really simple ones tend to throw kids off. It's an invisible 1 and an invisible 0. Okay. Hope that helped with graphing lines. That's graphing using slope-intercept. Have a great day.